get underway, I do want to say I have a giveaway going on right now, my big winner giveaway. I'm giving away a next-gen console. If you want to join, all you have to do is subscribe to my second channel and follow me on Instagram. The link will be in the description for the official sign up. You subscribe to that channel, follow me on Instagram, and you're automatically entered. But I need you to sign up below so I have your official information. Again, a next-gen console giveaway, very easy to join. Hope you do. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, we are starting off Santa Claus's career simulation in our very first season. Now here is the creation of Santa Claus. He is a 6'8" small forward, 350 pounds, and he's a 91 overall rookie. I had to make sure that he started off hot because he is Santa Claus. Now, his best stats are his 94 drive and dunk, his 95 speed, and his 99 potential. I was thinking about making him a playmaker, but at the same time, I was like, why not have some fun with it? So this man is a slasher. Yes, a 350-pound slasher. This dude is kind of like Zion Williamson, a LeBron James-esque player. Now, I put him at 23 years old. Originally, I had him at 59, but I had to put him at 23 because if I didn't, he would already be out of his prime and he would retire in like a year. We don't want that. But we started off our very first season on the Indiana Pacers. So to start off our simulation, we simulate our first 15 games and we start to see where our career takes us. Let's get it. 15 games into our NBA career and we are leading the Pacers to a 12-3 record. Santa Claus is leading the Pacers to the best record in the NBA. And the only other team that is right behind us is the Cleveland Cavaliers. I did not expect that. But hey, I moved up to a 92 overall from a 91 overall in only 15 games. That's that potential right there. That's where my potential is going to come in, where you guys can actually see Santa Claus develop over the years and over the games. But right now, 15 games in our career, Santa Claus is averaging 23 points, 12 boards, and 8 dimes a game as a rookie. And when it comes to the Rookie of the Year race, he is absolutely dominating it. Nobody comes close. No other rookie comes close to Santa Claus right now. So far, so good. Santa is having a nice little NBA start, but we're about to test it. We're going to simulate up to our first ever game against the Los Angeles Lakers, the NBA champions, and we're going to see what he can do against them. Here we go, our 28th game of the season against the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James, AD, the whole crew, and Santa Claus had to come correct. It was a close game, but we won by 11 points. Yes, Santa Claus beat the Lakers by 11 points, and he dropped 21 points and only missed 3 shots all game. This dude hit 6 threes, and he went 6 for 8 for the entire game from 3-point range. Now, LeBron James had 24 points in this game, 24 points and 5 assists. But it was Anthony Davis who only had 14. And it was because of that Santa Claus took the dub. But now we're going to simulate 54 games into the season, around the halfway mark, and we're going to see what's up. Here we go, 54 games into the season. Santa Claus is averaging 23 points, 11 boards, 7 dimes, and this man is averaging 1.8 steals and 2.4 blocks a game as a rookie. Now, he's also leading all rookies in just about every stat category. Points, rebounds, everything. He's leading everyone in like everything, which is kind of insane. But sadly, our team is only 30-24. Not a great NBA record, but we are ranked 11th in the entire NBA. So right now, we are still in the playoffs. That's a good thing to hear. I mean, right now with a 30-24 record, to know that you're still in the playoffs is kind of like a little confidence boost. And obviously, if we're leading all rookies in everything, we are leading the Rookie of the Year race right now, but we are not in the running for any other awards. But it's time to see what we can do against the other rookies. We're going to go ahead and do the Rising Stars game. In the Rising Stars game, Santa Claus was put on Team USA. Now, I wanted him on the World's team, but hey, you know what? 2K is gonna do what 2K does. But at the end of the game, he only had 13 points and 2 boards, 2 assists. But this was because he had both Zion Williamson and Ja Morant on his team, and both of those guys also scored 13 points. I mean, when you're on a team with 2 stars like that, everybody's got to share the sugar. You know what I'm saying? No one person can really go off. But it was a blowout victory at the end of the day, and that's all that matters. Continuing on with All-Star Weekend, the dunk contest. Santa Claus was selected to join the dunk contest in his very first season. He is a rookie coming to put on a show in the dunk contest. Now, this is, as I said, his first ever dunk contest, but he was up against John Collins, Zion Williamson, and Ja Morant, 2 people who he just teamed up with in the Rising Stars game. And it was an overall showdown between everyone in this contest, but he still ended up in last place. It was Ja Morant who won the dunk contest this time. Hey, but don't worry, this is only number 1. This is our first time around. We got more dunk contests coming. Santa Claus will claim that dunk contest championship before he retires. That's a guarantee. The final event of the All-Star break is the All-Star game. Now, as a rookie, Santa Claus was selected to join Team LeBron. But not only was he on Team LeBron, but this man was a starter as a rookie. That hasn't been done for years. I think the last person to do that was probably I don't know, honestly. I have no idea. I have no real clue. But that doesn't matter. He only scored 10 points. That's the takeaway. As a rookie, a starter, he only scored 10 points, and it was mainly because of Damian Lillard and Stephen Curry being on the same team. They dominated the game on the same squad, scoring 20 points each while raining threes from everywhere. But we're going to go ahead and skip until we're 67 games into the season, and we're going to match up against Stephen Curry and see what Santa Claus can do against him. Let's get it. Here we are, 67 games in the season, and we are up against the Golden State Warriors and Stephen Curry. Now, we actually lost this game, but we only lose by 2 points, which is huge because we're up against the Warriors. This team is good. Stephen Curry is a monster. Now, as Curry did get the best of Santa, Santa did drop 29 points in only 17 minutes, and he hit 7 threes. Curry only hit 5. I'm not saying it's a competition, but Santa won that one. But Curry did score 31 points and Clay 16, and because of that, the Warriors got the dub. At the end of our very first season, we finished off this season ranked 11th in the NBA with a record of 44-38. We finished the season winning Rookie of the Year, averaging 24 points, 11 boards, and 7 assists a game. No other rookie came close. It wasn't even a competition. I mean, honestly, it was a blowout runaway win right there, but that caps off the regular season for Santa Claus. We did make the playoffs, so it's time to hop into that. Let's get it. The playoffs are here. It is time for Santa Claus to go on his very first playoff run. Now, Santa Claus is ranked 7th in his conference, and we're matched up against the number 2 Miami Heat. This is our first ever playoff series, and it was a challenge. Bam averaged 27 points and 12 boards a game. He was so dominant that Jimmy Butler didn't have to do anything. But Santa Claus averaged 24 points and 5 boards a game. And it was because of this average, he was able to sweep the Heat and move on to the second round. Yes, the number 7 seed upset the number 2 seed. But in round 2, this was an insane matchup for the Pacers. Santa Claus and the Pacers had to go up against Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. In this series, Kyrie wasn't much of a factor, but KD was a problem. Averaging 26 points a game, KD was a Goliath during this series. But every Goliath must meet their David. And Santa was that David. Santa averaged 33 points a game as a rookie against Kevin Durant and was able to eliminate the Nets in a 7-game thriller. But in the conference finals, this is when things changed. The Pacers were up against the 76ers. Santa Claus tried to do his thing against the Sixers, but they had too many weapons. I mean, my people, they got Joel Embiid, Dwight Howard, Ben Simmons, Seth Curry. I mean, this team was loaded, and Santa had no one. Santa tried his best, but he only averaged 25 points a game, and he needed much more than scoring to get past the Sixers. Santa loses in 6 games, and this puts an end to his rookie year. It is time for the start of season 2 for Santa Claus. We just finished our rookie year in the NBA, and it was pretty good. I mean, we got in the playoffs, we eliminated some teams, we got a crazy upset, so I thought that we did a great job. Rookie of the year? But I guess the Pacers thought otherwise. They dropped my man Santa Claus. They kicked him off the roster, so Santa Claus was a free agent. But this is where it gets crazy, because Santa Claus decided to take his talents to the Dallas Mavericks to team up with Luka and Porzingis. Now, I had nothing to do with this. I did not do this. 2K's AI system thought that this would be the best path for him, and they did this all themselves. But it doesn't stop there. Kawhi Leonard decided to leave the Clippers and go to the Celtics to team up with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. You already know the Celtics were a powerhouse before. Now they just got that much crazier. We're starting off this season back at our 91 overall, and we signed a contract worth $27 million, which is a steal for the Mavericks if you think about it, because you already know that Santa Claus is going to be the best player in the NBA soon. So to get him under that contract for that small amount, that's crazy. You know how we start these simulations? We have to simulate the first 15 games of the season to see where we are. 15 games out of the way, we are leading the Mavericks to a 10-5 record, and that's actually not that good. We're only ranked 5th in the NBA, but we actually started off better with the Pacers last year. I don't know why, I don't know how, but that's what happened. Now, the best team in the NBA is the Boston Celtics, who, again, added Kawhi Leonard, so I'm not surprised. Right now, Santa is averaging 22 points, 9 boards, and 7 assists a game. So he's coming correct. Santa Claus is coming for the MVP, because right now, he's ranked number 2 for it. But coming up, we have our very first game against the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, it's important to match up against them any chance we get, because the Lakers are the best team in the NBA. Even though 2K says it's the Celtics right now, the Lakers have the highest rated players. Our first game against the Lakers was pretty crazy. I mean, LeBron James drops 21 points and AD only scores 8. Now, Luka dropped 24 points with 10 dimes on the game, and Santa added 16 points to that. But the thing is, he only missed 3 shots, which, I mean, when you got LeBron James guarding you, if you only miss 3 shots, you are on fire, my man. You are going crazy. Now, we got this win once again, but after the game, we had to switch things up. We moved my man Santa Claus to the point guard position to see if he could average more points and get his overall stats up. Now, before we simulate to the 50 game mark, we have one more game that we need to dive deep into, and that's our game versus the Pacers, our grudge match game. We have Santa Claus going crazy. I mean, Luka dropped 14, but Santa Claus dropped 27 points against his old team, shooting 11 for 13. This man, once again, could not miss. But now we're going to simulate to the 56 game mark. "56 games into the season, and the Mavericks are ranked 7th in the NBA with a record of 34-22. Not that great, not that crazy, But Santa Claus did bring up his averages. He's now averaging 25 points with 9 rebounds and 8 assists a game. Now we are 56 games into the season, and Santa is still in the running for MVP in only his second season. Santa is really gonna be running this league soon enough. I'm telling y'all this, especially with Luka and the Mavericks. Oh, it's gonna be crazy. Hey, we're back in the dunk contest, but this time, things went a little differently. Now, in his second year, Santa Claus was asked to come back in the dunk contest. He was facing off against Miles Bridges, Zion Williamson, and John Morant. And this dunk contest will go down as one of the most iconic, one of the greatest dunk contests of all time. Especially because Santa Claus finished with a total of 137 points out of the 150 you could get in the dunk contest. Santa won his first ever NBA Slam Dunk Championship. In the All-Star game to wrap up All-Star Weekend, Santa was selected as a starter for the second straight year. He was selected by Team LeBron once again with the first pick in the All-Star draft. Now, he did manage to score 13 points in 14 minutes, but it was a blowout loss. I mean, Team Giannis went crazy, but it was actually Stephen Curry once again in the All-Star game who took over the game. This man had 19 points in 14 minutes. At the end of our second season, we finished with a record of 50-32, ranked 8th in the NBA, and Luka led the team as a 98 overall, but Santa finished as a 92. He averaged 25 points, 9 boards, and 8 dimes a game at a 92 overall. Now, Santa didn't win MVP. He finished 3rd, and that was the only award he was actually up for, so he got no hardware for the regular season. But it's now time for the NBA playoffs. Let's get it. In round 1, the number 5 Mavericks were up against the number 4 Pelicans, and Santa Claus went to town. This man went crazy, averaging 26 points, 4 boards, and 5 assists a game. Zion Williamson could not guard this man. Santa was all over the place, shooting from everywhere, slashing, dropping dimes, getting steals, getting blocks, doing everything. And it's because of that the Mavericks won in 5 games, a 4-1 gentleman's sweep. You could not stop Santa this series. Number 5 Mavericks go against the number 1 Rockets. Yes, the best team in the Western Conference, the Rockets. It was the battle of the beards. James Harden versus Santa Claus. But it was Santa who dominated this series, averaging 34 points. James Harden, his inability to play defense, that was the difference maker. He could not guard Santa, and Santa just had his way the entire series. Hey guys, I gotta make a quick announcement. I actually lost the rest of the footage for the playoffs, which is kind of disappointing. But I will narrate it for you right here, right now. In round 3, the Dallas Mavericks went up against the Los Angeles Lakers, and it was a close matchup. This is the conference finals, and it was Santa Claus who got the best of the Lakers once again. Moving on to the finals, it was Santa Claus and the Mavericks versus Trae Young and the Hawks. Santa Claus showed everybody why the Mavericks deserved this championship. The Mavs ended up winning the series, and they are your NBA champions. All right, you guys, it is now time to start season 3 of Santa Claus in the NBA. We're only going to season 5, so this is a very important year for us. To get us started, we took a look at our roster and we saw that we made one huge signing. We got Jimmy Butler to join the Dallas Mavericks, and now we have Porzingis, Luka, Santa Claus, and Jimmy Butler. Now, you would assume that we are the best team in the NBA, but that is not true. Because the Los Angeles Lakers did not just sit around and watch us get better. Nah, they went and they got Stephen Curry to pair up with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. A true super team. So right now, they're the best team in the league, but we are fresh off a championship. And now, we also kind of have a super team too. But hey, you know what? We got to get this thing underway. We're going to simulate our first 15 games and we're going to get it started. 15 games out of the way, we are ranked 5th in the NBA with a 10-5 record, same as last season. But here's the deal. The Lakers are the best with a 13-2 record, only losing 2 games this season. Now, we are still a 92 overall, but this season, we are averaging 18 points a game. This is a huge dive from last year because last year, we were kind of having a coming out party. We were kind of going crazy, doing our thing, but right now, it's kind of looking like we're going backwards a little bit. But here's the deal. We go against the Lakers for our 16th game of the season. We're going to take a look at this game and see if we can get a win on the best team in the NBA. Our very first game against the Los Angeles Lakers. 16 games in the season, and we actually beat this team 82-74. Now, Santa Claus only had 17 minutes of play, but he did score 25 points with 5 dimes to lead the Mavs to the dub. But LeBron did score 19, and Curry and AD both scored 14. So, in the future, if we're not careful, that matchup right there is going to be tough to contain. "38 games into the season, we are now 30-8. Santa Claus is playing over 43 minutes a game, but he's only averaging 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists a game. This could definitely see an improvement as he gets better. He's still only a 92 overall. We are the second best team in the NBA, but that's because we've played one less game than the Lakers. They have one more game on us. If we play that one game, it could be tied. We're going to go ahead and simulate over to the 56 game mark, and we're going to skip All-Star Weekend. The Mavericks are now 43-13. The Mavericks are having a pretty good season, I'm not going to lie. I mean, 43-13, that's a great year so far for any other team. But in this season, in this league, it's kind of tough. We're ranked 3rd in the NBA behind the Los Angeles Lakers and Boston Celtics, who are both going crazy this season. It helps that they're both in different conferences. They don't have to play against each other that much. But here's the craziest thing about this whole thing. 3 Lakers players are running for MVP at the same time. Curry, LeBron, and Anthony Davis are all in the running for MVP. Now, Santa Claus did bring up his assists per game. He was averaging 7 before, but now he's averaging 8. So that's pretty good. So he's averaging 20 points, 7 boards, and now 8 dimes a game. But we're going to go ahead and simulate to the very end of the season. We finished with a record of 63-19, ranked 3rd in the NBA, but the Lakers and the Celtics both got 65-plus win seasons. I mean, yeah, they're hard to stop, and I know for a fact I'm going to have to play against them in the playoffs. I don't know how we're going to do. It is now time for the NBA playoffs. Round 1 is underway. The number 2 Mavs go against the number 7 Suns. Now this isn't a challenge. I mean, we've been playing against the craziest teams all year. Going against the number 7 Suns, that's a cakewalk. That's some easy work. And Santa Claus showed it. He wins 4-2 and scores 30 points a game. Yes, we almost swept this team, but we gave them 2 wins. It's all good. In round 2, it's the number 2 Mavs versus the number 3 Pelicans. This is the second time we've had to face off against the Pelicans in the playoffs, and it was not a challenge. Even though they have Zion, Zion could not stop Santa Claus. They ended up winning, the Mavericks, 4-0. Santa Claus scores 16 a game, but Jimmy Butler went off, scoring 26 points a game, and it's because of that they ended up getting the sweep. In round 3, it's the number 1 Lakers versus the number 2 Mavericks. Now the Mavs win 4-1, but that isn't the craziest part. The craziest part is the fact that the Mavericks' big 3 all scored 20 points a game. That is 60 points right there from 3 players. And I'm not even adding Porzingis into that. Porzingis is there too. It's more of a big 4. But yeah, they ended up winning 4-1, beating the best team on the West. But it is now time to go to the finals. In round 4, we ended up going against the number 2 Hawks, not the Boston Celtics. It's the number 2 Mavs versus the number 2 Hawks for a finals rematch. And just like last time, it was a piece of cake. The Mavs win 4-1, but Santa Claus scores 31 a game, and Luka and Porzingis score 24 points themselves. This was a huge blowout, and the Mavs win the NBA championship. Santa Claus is your finals MVP. We are now in season 4 of our Santa Claus simulation, and to start off season 4, we are now a 96 overall. We got John Wall, and Luka is now a 98 overall. Jimmy Butler went up to a 92, and Porzingis is an 89. So we got some pretty nice weapons to start off the season. We got some nice high overalls, but it's time to see if this is enough to help us get a three-peat. Let's start simulating until our 27th game. We are now 27 games into the season, and we are ranked 5th in the NBA. 5th in the NBA. Even with this super team, we still couldn't get top 3, but we are 19-8. Now, this is the same place we were last season at this point, so I'm not really too upset. But hey, looking at the Lakers, I have a reason to get kind of scared, because the Lakers are 24-4, and I mean, if you don't think that's scary enough, they still got Curry, LeBron, and AD, so they're looking to get their revenge. In our game against the best team of the East, we are playing against the Hawks, and this game was much closer than the playoff games we've played against them. They've gotten better. We beat them 79-73, but it was Santa Claus scoring 25 points in 21 minutes and only missing 1 shot. I mean, overall, we were shooting lights out, and they still only lost by 6 points. We are 40-16, ranked 4th in the NBA, still couldn't get top 3, but that's okay, because Santa Claus is leading the MVP race with a triple-double. But it's his defense that's putting him ahead of everybody else. This man is leading all MVP candidates in blocks and steals. So other people may have nice stats, may average more points, but it's Santa Claus's defense that's giving him that MVP at the end of the season. Looking at All-Star Weekend, we were selected by Team Giannis, but we lost the All-Star game again. I mean, we're beating all of these people in the playoffs, but we can't beat them in the All-Star game. Now, we did manage to score 17 points, but it was LeBron who led his team in scoring. But we're going to go ahead and skip to the end of the season, because it is now time to see what the league is looking like after 82 games. We finished with a record of 60-22. The Mavericks get a 60-win season. We are still ranked 4th in the NBA, but hey, Santa Claus got that MVP. Santa Claus finally gets his first league MVP. 4 years into his NBA career, he averaged a 28-point triple-double while averaging 2.6 blocks and 2.6 steals. If you ask me, he should have won Defensive Player of the Year, but they gave that award to Giannis. But it is now time for us to get to the NBA playoffs. In round 1 of the NBA playoffs, the number 2 Mavs went up against the number 7 Rockets, and this was a close game. Our man Santa, he did score 27 a game, but it was Luka who had 37 points in Game 7 that helped them get the win over the number 7 seed Rockets. We win 4-3. In round 2, it's the number 2 Mavs versus the number 3 Timberwolves, a close game. Now the Mavs did win 4-2, but Santa Claus, Jimmy Butler, and Luka all averaged 20 points in this series, while Porzingis put up a solid 14-10. It's this efficiency that got them the win in this series. In round 3, it's the number 1 Lakers versus the number 2 Mavs. Now, the number 1 Lakers, they are insane with Curry, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James. But hey, Santa Claus is their kryptonite. And it's because he's their kryptonite that the Mavs win 4-3. Santa Claus scored 24 points with 8 assists to put the Lakers away for yet another playoff series. And in the finals, round 4 of the playoffs, we have the number 2 Mavs versus the #1 Celtics. Usually, we go up against the Atlanta Hawks here, but not this time around. The Mavs go down 2-1 early in this series, the first time we had our backs against the walls, but it was Santa Claus, averaging 29.4 points and 10 boards with 9 dimes a game, who was able to get his team over the hump and over the #1 seeded Boston Celtics to complete the three-peat and to continue the dynasty. Santa Claus is your finals MVP. So I think this is a perfect place to end this video. If you're not subscribed, be sure to hit that sub button. This is our longest video on the channel, but we're going to have more videos just like this in the future, more career simulations. So if you're not subscribed, again, hit that sub button. I don't want you to miss out. Content that you've never seen before is going to be here on this channel and nowhere else. Also, if you haven't joined my giveaway yet, be sure to join that giveaway. It's a next-gen console, super easy to join. If you made it all the way to this point in the video, you should probably join. But hey, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Peace.